All right, so we're here at Carowinds. Welcome to the vlog, everybody. This is a huge bucket list park for me. I'm so excited. And we're probably gonna be heading to Nighthawk first because it has bad capacity. But before we get in the park, Fury is testing over there. I've heard so much about this ride, I can't wait. Also, the park hours, it opens at 11, goes till 8, and it's about 10:30 right now, so we're here early. We're gonna get some of the first rides of the day. All right, so if you didn't know, Carowinds is the only park here in the US that is in 2 states. Currently, I'm standing in both South and North Carolina. This is cool. All right, it's 11 o'clock. Nighthawk is open. Time to ride the Vekoma Flying Dutchman. Back row, Tom, let's go. All right, so we just got off Nighthawk. That was actually really good. I got a bit of sunscreen in my eye if it's watering, but yeah, that was actually really good. A lot of people complain about that ride. It was maybe a bit rough, but it really wasn't bad. Yeah, it makes me miss Firehawk. Those rides are great. It's really intense, especially in that loop. And yeah, actually, I honestly maybe preferred the Firehawk a bit because of that, the setting on the water. That was awesome. We have about a 15-20 minute wait for the Intimidator, Park's B&M Hypercoaster. Only on 2 train ops, moving kind of slow. Got a sign, row 12. All right, so we just came off Intimidator. That was pretty fun. We got assigned row 12, so we couldn't get in the back, and it was still good. I'd say it's probably better than Nighthawk, but Nighthawk was actually pretty good. Compared to the other B&M Hyper I've ridden, Diamondback, I definitely think I prefer Diamondback, but that was a good ride. It was very smooth, had some great hills, great drops, good ride. Their kids area, Camp Snoopy, is pretty nice and shaded. It was a good area. Time to ride Afterburn, the park's B&M invert. Well, we got the back row, but they're only running 1 train, so it's taking a while. Just got off Afterburn up here. It's kind of cool if they have a ship coming off the support. Yeah, that was a pretty good ride, actually. Now, here in the park, could be my favorite, I think. It's definitely right up there with Intimidator. Maybe my favorite right here. And the back row was real snappy. There were some good trenches where you had some good gray out moments. There were 2 good gray out moments that lasted at least a couple of seconds on there. I'd say I prefer to Raptor at Cedar Point, but I rode that up front and I've only ridden it once. Compared to Banshee, I really don't know. Banshee and Afterburn are really close. This is a very good ride. And it's so smooth too. I think we might go do Copperhead Strike next. Got Copperhead Strike over here. Look at that entry sign. Okay, this ride actually is pretty crazily themed. There's a lot of theming in this queue line. It looks like it's probably the best themed ride Cedar Fair has built. Seems like kind of a theme today. We're only on 2 train ops. I have all these license plates. It's an Easter egg. These are for Carowinds, Cedar Point and Kings Island, and then Kings Dominion. All right, after about 30 minutes, you got back row on Copperhead Strike. right, guys, we just got off Copperhead Strike. That was awesome. I think that's my favorite roller coaster here. So far, we haven't ridden Fury, obviously. But yeah, the hang time was insane. The JoJo out of the station was just crazy. The loop and the one cutback were just nuts. And there were actually some really surprising moments of ejector air time. Yeah, that ride's great. Hands up, or both. Yeah, yeah, great ride. Copperhead Strike actually had some intense moments as well. It was a very fun coaster. And I think we're gonna go get some lunch now. And also I wanna say Copperhead Strike was really well themed. There were some really good themed moments on there. There's a Mystic Timbers poster right there and up there. It's kind of cool. Got some pizza and enjoying the air conditioning. Yeah, we just finished up lunch. There's a poster from King's Dominion, Kings Island, and one from Cedar Point. It's a pretty cool restaurant. So yeah, we had lunch over there. You can't really see it, but yeah, Copperhead Strike was great. And now we're doing the Electro Spin. Some on-dial top spin, I believe. It's a pretty rare flat ride, so I'm excited. Just got off Electro Spin. Jeez, that was crazy. One of my favorite flat rides for sure. It was so disorienting. And we're gonna see, maybe we'll do the park's boomerang next with Flying Cobras, I believe it's called. See what the weight looks like. All right, we just waited, I don't know, probably like 20-30 minutes for Flying Cobras, and it was actually pretty solid. It's a bit bumpy, but you had vest restraints, so you didn't get any head banging, and it was pretty intense boomerang. Good fun. Don't skip it if it doesn't have too long of a line. Time for the park's mine train, the Carolina Gold Rusher. Just did Carolina Gold Rusher. It was a fun little family coaster, you know, it was nothing crazy, but there were a couple fast moments. There was a cool tunnel or two. There's actually a really dark tunnel towards the end, so not as good as Adventure Express, but on the same level as like Cedar Creek Vine Ride. All right, we're over at Kings Island riding the Massive Aero Looper. Not really, it's just a stand-up with the same name, but it's kind of nervous. It's my first ever stand-up coaster, and they kind of are notorious for being a little painful, so let's see how it goes. Got the back row, but they're only running one train, so it's taking forever. All right, so just got off of Vortex. That really wasn't too bad. The only place where it really hurt is I pushed down that little bike seat, and then it wasn't locked, so I stood up and it slammed and hit me pretty bad. But you know, other than that, honestly, it wasn't too bad. You kind of just have to bend your knees at the start, push it down, and then stand up after that. And yeah, it wasn't too bad. Kind of whippy. Solid ride, honestly. It really wasn't that bad. Fun ride. Have a lemonade icy and chilling in some shade. Time to ride Ricochet, Park's Mock Mild Mouse. Just got off Ricochet. That was solid. I mean, it was fun. Like, I enjoyed it. And there were some good laterals, a couple fun drops, but it was a bit painful, a bit rough, but yeah, not terrible. Not pretty fun ride. Time to do the Carolina Cyclone small aero looper. It's an absolute walk-on, so we're going for the back row. just got off the Carolina Cyclone. It's a fun aero looper. Every time I ride an aero looper, I always miss Vortex, but yeah, it wasn't quite as good Vortex, but honestly, it might have been better than Cork Express here point. It was fun, pretty intense there in the back row, and that was actually a special coaster for me. It's 49, meaning Fury 325 is about to be my 50th roller coaster, so I'm super excited. Let's go do that. This area is kind of cool. There's like a road, little sidewalks, kind of old-fashioned, maybe 70s, 80s buildings. And there it is, Fury 325. I've heard so many good things about this ride. I can't wait. We're waiting for the front row, and yet again, we're only on 2 train ops. Seems to be kind of just what they're doing today, but the line only took about 25 minutes. Not too bad. So we just waited probably like 40 minutes in total, or maybe a bit more, a bit less. But Fury is absolutely awesome. Definitely my new favorite Giga. It's honestly, it does what Orion and Millennium Force do, and it just does them both better. It has great airtime moments. It's very intense, great speed. Absolutely is my favorite B&M. Honestly, it's definitely in my top 3 right now after that front row ride. We're gonna probably get more rides on it later. And we gotta go check off Hurler behind me, the wooden coaster. And then we have every major coaster here today. So it's been a great day. I'm having a ton of fun. Hope you're all enjoying the video so far. I also forgot to say, but that is my 50th roller coaster. It's an awesome 50th coaster. It's great. Front row on the Hurler. Just got off the Hurler. You know, I feel like that ride gets too much hate. It's a solid ride, actually. Had a few airtime moments. It's pretty smooth up in that front row. Really wasn't rough at all. I mean, it wasn't the craziest ride ever. Had like maybe some weak laterals, a little bit of weak floater, but I mean, it was a fun ride. Honestly, it was solid. It would make a good RMC though, so maybe in the future they would RMC that thing, but I don't know. It's a fun ride either way. They have Fury colored Dippin' Dots, kind of funny. And actually, I forgot to say this, the seats on Hurler are actually super squishy and comfortable. And also, when you're going up Fury's lift hill off to your left side, you can see Firehawk's red train just sitting there, which I assume they're going to use it for Nighthawk in a few years. But that, in my opinion, that tells me that Nighthawk's going to be around to stay. And that was kind of cool seeing Firehawk's train. Scream Weaver, which is an Enterprise. My first one ever. It looks pretty fun. Start like this. Go almost reverse. All right, so we just got off the Scream Weaver. I didn't really know what to expect going in, and you got in there and there's no seat belts or anything. You're just kind of in a little car, and yeah, you're going almost upside down, but it's so intense it kind of holds you back in the seat. But yeah, that was a fun ride actually. Don't sleep on that. Walking towards Copperhead Strike, found some geese. Carowinds is such a nice park though. Oh, and I almost forgot. Hey, come on guys, like, comment, subscribe. What are you doing? Something kind of weird with Copperhead Strike is you kind of enter this little plaza back here, and then the queue starts over there. But you've got some extra theming and you're under the ride, so kind of a weird quirk to Copperhead Strike's line. We got the front row, Copperhead Strike. It was only about like a 10-15 minute wait. That was awesome. Yeah, just got off the front row in Copperhead Strike. That was super fun. So that's a super fun ride. I think it's maybe slightly a back row ride because it's a bit more whippy. But you know, the front row is very good as well. It has awesome visuals. It's a super fun ride. I also want to give a quick shout out to the Copperhead Strike crew. They were just rolling trains. We didn't even stop on the break ground. They were just pumping out those trains. Great operations. And the one even said he liked my Steel Vengeance shirt, so that was pretty cool. It's about 7:23. The park closed at 8. We might get a ride on Intimidator and then finish off the night with one of the last trains on Fury. But we gotta hurry. And my sister is actually, she's not in the vlog. She doesn't want to be in the vlog, but she's going over to get a shirt and they're just shopping for a bit. So, oh, I'm in the fast lane line. So I'm gonna do Intimidator by myself real quick and then meet them back at Fury for the last ride. I actually got the back row. Let's hopefully it's warmed up. Yeah, that was definitely a better ride than I had earlier. In the back, it was much better for sure. I still think I prefer Diamondback, but that rides a couple spots in my rankings. Also, it wasn't as smooth in the back row. Honestly, I think Diamondback's smoother when it comes to the back row. It's just kind of shaky. But yeah, it was still really fun. I had much better floater than earlier. Yeah, Intimidator's an awesome ride. All B&M hypers are. I find this so entertaining. South Carolina, North Carolina. It's kind of cool that it's between two states. It's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Carowinds will be closing in 15 minutes. We hope you've had an enjoyable day, and we look forward to seeing you again.
There's the Firehawk trains. All right, guys, we just got off Fury. Towards the end, we got on just after 8, so we weren't like the very last train, but we wanted to be a bit earlier so we could pick our row. We did do back row. I do stand by that it's a front row ride, just because that pure sense of speed in the wind, but that drop and stuff, some of the airtime was better in the back. And yeah, that's just such a great ride, man. I wish it wasn't like 8 hours away from my house, because this thing's awesome. I mean, yeah, it's so forceful, so much airtime. It's basically just Orion if it had a lot longer of a layout. I mean, man, I love this ride. I couldn't get enough of it. Today's been a great day at Carowinds, guys. If you haven't been out to this park, right outside of Charlotte, you can actually see the city of Charlotte from Fury's Lift Hill and a couple other rides. So, yeah, it's been an awesome day here. You can see the green LED is on, just like how Orion has that blue LED. Seems just like a Giga thing now, I guess. You've also got the plane up there. There's a lot of planes around Carowinds, which I'm assuming is just because of the proximity to Charlotte. All right, last time going over the North and South Carolina border. All right, we have officially left Carowinds. There's the Trouble Club. Hold on, let me get to a better angle. But yeah, today was awesome. It's been a great day. Sadly, the park did close at 8, but it was fine. We got on a bunch of things and it was a super fun day. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. And if you did, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more. And as always, keep riding coasters, stay safe, and have a great rest of your day, guys. Peace.